This is the worst phrase you can say while practicing. I got it. That sentence is ruining your piano progress. And in this video, I'm going to explain why. But first, we need to understand something most musicians do not get, which is that your fingers are dumber than your brain and your ego doesn't want to admit that. You see, the truth is that your brain will understand music pretty quickly. You'll be given an exercise or an idea or a song, and you could hear how it's supposed to go almost right away. You can recognize the patterns, recognize what's going on in there, and your brain goes, ooh, I got this. But the path through your nervous system from your brain to your fingers is actually kind of long, and your fingers aren't as smart as your brain. So maybe you have a pattern like a major scale in thirds. And intellectually, you at home are probably seeing that like, oh, that makes sense. You go up a third, down. And your brain goes, oh, that makes sense. I could do that. But the thing is your fingers don't have that same cognition your brain has. And what most piano players do is they come across an idea or an exercise like that. They go, that's cool. I want to play it. And they play it one time, and maybe they stumble through it, and then they eventually kind of get it right once, and they go, ooh, I got it. And then they're immediately on to the next exercise, the next YouTube video, the next whatever. And then when they're improvising on a song, they're not able to fluidly play a scale in thirds as it shows up in the song. If somebody shows up later and says, hey, play that F scale in thirds, they aren't able to do it. And what the pros understand is that if you really want to master something, the mastery starts when the boredom hits. When you work on an exercise and you feel like, I know how this goes, I got it, that's when you're going to start to get good at it. When you say, no ego, step aside. The feelings of, I should already know this, push that aside. The feelings of, this is easy, I should have this, push that aside. The feeling of, I should be better faster than this, push all that aside. And play the pattern as slow as you can. I could go slower than this even. But I gotta keep my watch time high, right? But notice how I'm able to talk and look at you and be confident. I know I'm gonna get this exactly right because I've worked so hard to do this so slow that my fingers have this completely ingrained. My fingers know this as well as my brain does. So when I go to improvise in a song, if I want to play a scale in thirds, right? I can just pull it out anywhere I want, and I'm so confident I can be fluid with a scale in thirds. You know, I really think that the gym analogy is really apt here. Person A goes to the gym and they go, oh, I'm gonna do bicep curls. And they say, I'll do 10 bicep curls. And once I do that, I'm done. Person B goes, I'm gonna do bicep curls. And once it hurts, once I feel like I can't do anymore, that's when I'm gonna count to 10. Who's gonna get bigger gains faster? Who's actually gonna improve? I'm gonna go with person B, right? Person A is getting the ego boost of, well, I went to the gym. Person B is actually pushing themselves to the point where their muscles have to recalibrate, where their muscles have to change. Same thing with our fingers. If you sit down and say, I'm gonna play my F scale in thirds until I get it, well, you don't really know it. The difference between just like kind of being able to identify it and having it ingrained in your whole body is sitting through the discomfort of, this is boring and I wish I just knew this. You have to slow down and meditate through the pattern. And even if you're getting bored right now in the video, this is a good sign that maybe you don't know this as well as you should know it. So please, I urge you today, when you go sit down to practice, if you have a list of 20 things you want to work on, scratch 19 things off that list. Find the thing that is actually the most basic, the most simple, and say, I'm going to dedicate my practice session to this. And when I feel boredom a few minutes in, I'm going to keep working on it. I'm going to work on this until it becomes automatic, so that when I'm bored, when my mind wanders, when I want to do other stuff, I'm so bored, I hate playing this. No, so I can just play it without looking, without thinking. But you gotta go slow so your fingers can catch up to your brain. Happy practicing.